Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Kashif Booth podcast. If you're new here, each week I sit down with a guest and we discuss their career so far, the highs, the lows, and what's next for them. Today's guest is Reece Pike. He's a writer, director, producer from London. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's good to have you on, Reece. You know, I have to, bull at your age. He's 19, guys, okay? And he's doing way better than I was doing at 19. So it's going to be really good to talk to Reece about his career so far, because at 19, he's already worked for working title films, a Netflix show. So, yeah, Reece, how did you get started?
I guess from the start or?
Yeah, I want to know the start, because I want to know what I wasn't doing.
Okay, cool. So, I was 14. Me and my friends, we made like our first little short film. For instance, I don't really remember the reason why, but we decided to make it. And yeah, I think we all wanted to do something creative, but no one really knew what exactly creative. So we were all doing major different roles in it. And yeah, that was like our first little thing. And from there, it got like 500 views, the whole school saw it. It was sort of that type of thing, something out of like one of those sitcoms you'd see maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Just some teenagers doing a whole lot of randomness. But yeah, I guess that's what really stemmed the whole thing. And then at that time, I was really only interested in acting. So I was acting in that and I had a camera at the same time. So yeah.
So what was that project about? What did you and your friend do?
So it was called Watched. It was a short film, which wasn't short.
When you say it wasn't short, what do you mean?
It was like 40 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a short film about some boys what found some watches. These watches had some powers. Some guy was after these watches and they had to return them. But because they had powers, they asked themselves, should we return them or should we just keep them and keep the powers? And yeah.
That sounds like a really cool concept. Do you think you'd want to remake that with money and knowing what you know now about how to put a film together properly?
That's actually very interesting. So that wasn't actually made under my production company. Mm-hmm. That was made out of like another little thing with 3 of my friends. But I think it's a cool idea, and if it was taken off properly at the time, it would be really good.
Okay.
But at this time, I think it's just a bit childish. But at the same time, you never know. Like I think it could be one of those things what make money, but I don't think it would really hit where I wanted to hit.
So when you put that together, like what was it like? Because I'm sure you were 14, so you were still in school. Okay, so I'm sure you didn't have no money. Yeah. I mean, how did you come together to do that? What camera did you use? Did you write a script?
Okay.
How did you put it together at such a young age?
Okay, so I guess it was me and my 3 friends. We were also the 3 main actors in it. So it was really just a whole lot of who has what and get them on board if they have it.
Okay.
So I was doing like a little, everyone was doing YouTube at the time. So for my birthday, just before filming it, I think we filmed it in like March and my birthday was December. I bought a camera for my birthday because I naturally wanted that anyways.
Okay.
And my friend had a tripod. There was no sound. Obviously, at that age, you're not even thinking sound matters. You're just thinking, just record it with the camera sound. Yeah. Obviously, that failed for us, but that's what you're thinking anyway. So there was no sound. So it was just a camera and my friend, which we designated the cameraman only because his dad had a good tripod. So it was a plug for plug. And yeah, and then we were the 3 actors and we also wrote, I think, I wrote a lot of it, but I can't say it's all my idea. It was definitely me and my co-partner, Armstrong, what wrote most of it.
Nice. So to go from making a 40-minute film, which had 500 views on YouTube, which is still great. Listen, I just got 1,000 views the other day for my project, and I'm like, I love it. Yeah. That's my goal. I don't care anything else. As long as it hits thousands, I'm happy. So you did that film. Yeah. What was next? How did you get to start your own production company before 20 years old?
Yeah. So what was next? Yeah. So after that, there was 3 of us originally, and one of our friends, he decided to go down another path, but we respected that because it was same. he's on his grind thing. And after that, we sort of fizzled out. We just had like a moment of not really knowing what, because it's like at that age as well, you're getting so much opinions and views of all people in your year, older people, teachers, all of that stuff. So it was this here like, what do we do? Da 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 da. And me and my friend was like, F it. We've done one. Now we can do this official, and it's just me and you. So me and my friend Armstrong, he's my co-partner right now, and we were just here like, let's do this. And we released our first film, which was also in the school and everything. But at this point, we had like a year's break. So in that time, we weren't making anything in film, but we were developing ideas, and we had a lot of experience in our own fields, should I say. Everyone was better at what they were doing pretty much. And it wasn't just loads of people just jumping in for no sake. There was actually a good script. So I wrote a script called Neglect, and that's when on November the 11th, 2018, we released Rated Pictures, which was
Nice.
the start of it.
So like Rated Pictures is your company, you know, what's it like? What was it like at that age, running your own production company, you know, trying to understand and learn as you grow? And, you know, because it's a business as well, so you also have to try and make money and stuff like that. What was the struggles you went through? Because you were still so young as well, but then still trying to pursue your passion and school and life as well, growing up. So, like, what was it like managing both?
I think it was at that age, it's like I've never been bad at school, but I've never been an advocate for school, because I've always thought that they've not taught the things which need to be taught for a person entering the real world.
I agree.
So at that age, I was here like, if I don't chase my dreams, like I was looking at it from, I think I could say I was pretty mature at my age to say, I was looking at it from a perspective as these people study so much years to do film, but don't actually go do film. And I think that was that's why I attracted myself so much to Joelle when I first met her, because a year later she went on to leave the school to pursue her dream. And it was just here like, I think at that age, I don't know what it was, but I watched something and it was here like, how can you learn how to start a business from a business teacher which has never started a business?
Very true. Very true. Very, very true. It's true. And it's a good thing you brought up on Joelle, because we met through Joelle. Joelle May David is a writer, director. I've actually featured her on my podcast before in the first season as well. And she's doing amazing things now with her production company, Bluebird Pictures, and her film festival, World Cinema Fest. And so I know she was a teacher. Where did you guys meet originally?
London Screen Academy.
I thought so. And London Screen Academy is a great place for just aspiring filmmakers. So can you tell us a little bit more about, you know, how you met Joelle through that, and what she was teaching as well, and the whole school itself?
So me and Armstrong, we just finished our first film, Neglect. This is sort of coming at the end of secondary school. So we finished it off. It's hit like 1.3K, and it's going pretty well because, number one, it was also a lot of resources and stuff, no budget as well, but it was a really good script, to be honest. It's about a young boy, and actually I think it's very relevant to nowadays more than things, so you could say we were ahead of our time. But the story is about a younger boy which had an older brother, and his older brother was once involved in a gang life, for instance, and he left that life, but the little brother saw his brother while he was younger, grew up in that life, so he's trying to follow in those full steps. He goes down a bad path, and his brother starts telling him how he shouldn't think, and it focuses on how he felt neglected. So he needed that one-on-one contact to realize the truth of what the scenario is. And you could say that happens a lot now, because just the other day outside my aunt's house, a man was killed. He was 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was 21. And later on, we figured out that the killer was 14.
Wow.
So the age I started making films, that was the age someone killed.
You're throwing your life away, man.
Exactly. So it's crazy. So that's where we sort of started with our first short. And then my first class, like we had like we started LSA now, LSA is really just a great school on the whole. Just the amount of opportunities they offer to.
But it's sixth form college, like from 16 to 18?
16 to 19.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was just like we were the first year.
Oh, nice.
So when I saw the ad on Instagram, I was here like, because I wanted to do acting, and I also liked producing, but I didn't get into Brit School.
Okay.
And I did get into Elam. But I was here like, do I want to go Elam? And then I saw LSA and I applied, and I was here like, this is it. Like, this is the one. And I told my friend instantly. Once I saw it, we were like, yeah, we're both going here. 100%. There's nothing else. And like, I think also from the start of it, because we sort of knew what we were doing already was good for our age. We were here like, we are like, before we even went to LSA, we were here like, we made an agreement with each other, which you're thinking, why are these kids making agreements and stuff? But yeah, we were very serious about it. We were here like, if we go here, we have to make sure if we don't get nothing out of this school, we use their equipment.
But see, that's smart. I love that. I love
exactly.
that. You guys had the plan and your focus, and you knew what you wanted to get out of it, and that's what you want to do.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's mindset like that. Please, before you're 30, you'll be on Forbes list. Like that's just like the way you have to be moving. So I love that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we were just like, even at our interviews and stuff, like when I got in, I was doing backflips, and then when Armstrong got in, I swear I nearly shed a tear because it was here like, oh my god, we're gonna do this, and it was just here like, now all we have to do there is go there and use the equipment. Even if we don't learn anything, we can adapt and learn with the equipment and stuff, because that was the one thing we were missing, that sort of quality. Actually, the education there, it taught us lots more, but at the time, at that age, you're not thinking too much ahead. You're just thinking equipment.
Yeah. You're like, look, I want to make this. I want to do this. Look at this equipment, the quality, the picture quality. Exactly. Not knowing, look, in post, that's where it really matters.
Exactly. So you're not thinking about anything else. You're just thinking, yes, there's cameras, sound. We need sound, because remember sound from before.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think one of the funniest things about my first short film, like first one, was like the sound was so bad. You could hear the camera focusing. You could hear the autofocus on the camera going.
Yes.
So I think that was pretty beautiful, actually, because everyone was here like, why was there always that sound? We were like, don't worry, it was just adding atmosphere, ambient. But like, it's funny because only a year later we realized what it actually was. Like we were even thinking, what was that sound? Like, but yeah. So we've gone through that now, and we've gone into LSA. So it's my first day. Like actually enrolled now. Everyone's just in, and we had like multiple little mini classes with each teacher. Nice. And like early in the morning, my first teacher me and Armstrong were with was the first teacher I was with, and then Armstrong met her later on throughout the day, was Joelle, and she was just telling us all about the business side of the production company and all that stuff, and I was just here like, she is speaking facts. Whatever. I probably didn't even know what she was speaking, but I knew she was speaking what I was speaking, that language. So after everyone left the class and everything, I stood after her and just spoke to her about like my vision and stuff, and like what we've done, proof of concept, should you say, and like how I'm sort of taken by what you think. Like when she left LSA, I was just like, no. But at the same time, I was so happy because it was like, that's the step you have to make to really chase your dream. Like, so yeah, that's how I met Joelle, and from then she just kept helping in all the things. And to be honest, out of all the LSA classes, because especially as that was LSA first year, and they have to get responses from everyone to really understand how a school's going to work, especially a creative school. So there was some elements which were missing. So there was writing, writing, directing, camera, sound, editing. But then there was no really place for producers. And I was just thinking, this is like one of the biggest roles, if not the biggest role. Why is there no specialty for it? There was business, but really and truthfully, it was business plus Joelle. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Business plus Joelle's insight on being that. So those lessons, I really, really put my head down and really tried to learn the most in. just the logistics of everything, NDAs, all of that stuff. Because obviously at 15, 14, what the hell is an NDA? That is nothing to
Yes,
you.
yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, and then after that, yeah, I just kept building. And then I think it was she left, had Bluebird and the World Cinema Fest. I think we did a short film and came second, and that was really fun. That was really fun because me and Armstrong's like way like as a creative, there's times when your juices are flowing and times where it's not.
Yeah. I'm in that at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now, especially for rated, I can say our juices are flowing. But like over the past 4 months, it wasn't flowing at all. But now we're winning. But yeah, that's how I met Joelle. And
Nice. Nice. Because she introduced us to each other. She
Yeah.
thought I'd be able to, offer you some
That
advice
was
and
just
stuff.
before I got the working title thing.
See, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to go on to
Yeah.
now, because you went from LSA to working
Yeah.
at Working Title Films. If you guys don't know
Yeah.
Working Title Films, that's one of the leading film production companies
Yeah.
within the UK. And so, I mean, that was an amazing experience. And then for you, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
and coincidentally, I know a guy who works in development, Anthony Caballero.
There you go, Anthony.
And yeah, he's been on my podcast as well.
Yeah,
I
I
interviewed
saw that, I
him
saw that.
a few months ago, and
Big up
I've
yourself, Ant.
and I was his mentor when he
Yeah,
first got
wow.
into the industry as well. So
crazy.
seeing his rise has been really great. So what was it like at Working Title Films, and what did you do there?
Wow. So yeah, this is a month after LSA. So we just finished LSA. Everyone's having summer dreams. I was thinking, okay, so now I know, like, I went to work. The thing is, I think the interview process of Working Title, it was like a free interview thing, right? So there's tons of people, like, pretty much, it's like everyone knows the pay for the year. Everyone in the whole school is pretty much applying to it and stuff. But me, I truthfully applied to it, just being here like, why not? Like, I'm really just.
You have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
You had nothing to lose.
It was like I didn't apply for it with a lot of pressure. Now I don't know why this worked, because I even told the people the year below me, two of them, to do the exact same thing, and they got it too. So
Oh wow!
obviously
Okay.
there's a method to it. But yeah, I was there, and we did the interviews. We got through 1, 2 and stuff. But the whole time I was just going there being myself, just being charismatic and just showing how I am, really and truthfully. Like, I don't wanna go there being a fake me and then end up having to keep that persona throughout the whole year.
Yeah, very true.
I went there being loud, excited, and just being naturally me. I got the working title job, and it was cool, man. When I got it, I was just here like, I don't even know what to expect. And truthfully, I didn't know how big working title was at the time, because when you're just in college and stuff, you're just your bubble, like. All the big names, but really, like, even though working title is big, all the big names, like Fox, Universal and
Yeah,
stuff.
like the main like distribution companies.
Exactly.
That's it. But these are the people making it. I get it.
Even though Netflix and stuff, but yeah. So I've just got the job now, and there's me and 3 other students, which all go LSA. I liked all of them, so it was all cool. To be honest, I'm not really a person like, even like the weirdest people I love, because I just find they're the most creative.
Yes, that's true. They have a unique way of thinking of things, or like processing things, and they come up with the most amazing ideas for stuff. And you're like, what?
Exactly.
I wish I could do that. So yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing which I learned from LSA 100% is trusting the weirdos around you.
Okay.
And it might sound weird, but like, there was this student from LSA. His name's Leo, and he's actually on the rated team now. And he was just misjudged. No, like, everyone was just a bit weird off with him, but it's just because he's he didn't come from like a British school or anything.
Oh, okay.
So the way they feel, they speak.
Oh, right.
He's
okay.
not gonna cover it up.
Yeah.
He's not gonna cover it up. Like if he's like you're not doing the work, he'll tell
Okay.
like he's not shy
Okay,
about it.
fine,
Innit?
fine.
And obviously we know that we lived in a buttered up society, so people don't like confronting their problems
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Exactly.
I saw it and I was just here like, damn.
Yeah,
I know it seems rude, but I know he's not being rude because I didn't do all my schooling here. I did school over in Jamaica too.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
I went to school in Jamaica as well.
yeah, and
Listen, I didn't get beats, so I was
You
good.
didn't?
No, I was
Wow.
good. See, I was good.
Lucky you, man. I went to school in Jamaica, and every day they were like, "Me, I go give you some English beatings." every day.
No, they didn't give me beats because I was English.
That's the beauty of it. Like they loved me, but they hated me at the same time. But yeah, so
Okay.
I understood his sort of his rhythm of it, and so rated. We got booked for a job, and it was completely like something we've never done before.
Okay.
It was like a pantomime beanstalk thing. People, I don't even. Yeah, it was just crazy. Green screen, everything.
Sure.
Now, I knew finding an editor would be the problem for this, but I knew Leo was an editor, and he like one time I sat down with him in class and I said like, let me see some of your work because I'm as a producer I'm just trying to see who's got the goods.
Of course,
like,
yes.
Because I came into LSA wanting to be a producer, and Armstrong came in wanting to be a cinematographer, meaning. I'm there like who's good right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to search through the crowd, like get the best people pretty much, which I think I did. So yeah, I've seen his work now, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy, and I'm here like Leo, join us. I don't know what for now. Okay, I'm being right. I don't know what to give you, but just join us. And when we got this job, I was like, yes. I know exactly who to go to. And I think that was the beauty of LSA, to be honest. Just having that network of all people from different backgrounds. Like, that was proper.
And that's the great thing about schools like that. It's about networking across with everyone who's in the room with you, because everyone has their own talents, what they can bring to the table. And then once you make it, you bring everybody in. That's how it's supposed to be. And as you know, moving up in this industry, everyone likes to work with who they like. So that can be quite difficult to break new people in.
True.
But then you understand why the industry moves like that, because you know the job's going to get done well, you know? So back
100%.
Exactly. So back to working title film. So what were you doing there? Were you an intern or how was it?
So we weren't interns. We were office runners.
Oh, okay.
So we were literally taking the roles of like the people prior to us. They were like 24, 26.
Yeah.
So from what I know, from what I remember them saying, we were the youngest people to ever have the role.
Wow, look at that.
So me, Angel, Nu, and Mia. Those are my kiddies. And so we went into it, and I think overall working title, they just gave us open hands, man. It was
really good.
It was beautiful, to be honest, and they loved us because we were young. We just had that young energy. I guess it's just like we're all just we're excited about every little thing, and it's that's sort of the beauty of it, and the work of it. And I think that's something you got to try hold on to. A lot of people, like, I'm quite mature, to be honest, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna goof around. Like,
of course,
I feel
of course.
There's a beauty to the way you look at the world when you're younger compared to when you let all the bashes and everything hit you. Because then you see something fun and you'll try to be like, no, we're not going to have fun.
No,
it's fun, but I'm not going to have fun.
I mean, I get that. I was an office runner when I was 22. So I wasn't too much older than you when you were office runner.
That's still very young.
But, you know, a group of us, we were all roughly the same age.
Yeah.
There was one girl who had decided to do a career change.
Yeah.
And she was 28. You know, and she looked young.
Yeah.
So everyone thought she was young. She was like, no, I'm a big woman.
Okay.
So it was always funny to see that. So being an office runner is so great because you are cross-referencing literally everything within the
Yeah,
company. So
exactly.
everyone knows you, you know them,
Yeah.
you know what's going on. You can ask questions and try to get experience. And, you know, and because of what you were doing before, I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of the time when you're doing it independently, a lot of people respect you for doing that.
Yeah.
Because you're building your own name for yourself and understanding what you actually want to do. And then you can just grasp everything
Yeah.
what's going on, and that's what benefited me as well.
Yeah.
And it's definitely benefited you.
100%. Like, I think it was God had a bigger plan than I knew, because when I was applying for the jobs which are on the LSA portal, which is like a LinkedIn, but just with all LSA jobs, only for LSA students, I was so in mind to just go on set. Because think about it, I'm making films, so that's all I'm thinking. But then getting the working title job, I'm telling you, it was like, it was a blessing which I did not know I needed.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much more than just working. It was like, it's now I have like a family of film where I can always go back to. I can always run into the office. I love the security guards, to the cleaners, to everyone. Like, I love everyone there. Like, it's like that is sort of like the home of residing for me, because that's like an actual company. So I'm in working title and I'm seeing it and I'm just here like, okay, so they have this, that, and it's making me think. And like, I'm going back to Armstrong, like, okay, bro, so we need to make sure all our scripts are binded. You got to have your thing watermarked.
Yes.
This has to be like this, that. You get what I mean? NDAs have to be printed. This, that, like, so you're learning all the back end.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
You're seeing everyone. All like, and it also makes you like, it makes you realize, because I fortunately was able to work with a few famous people before, but that's just through connections with anyone you can get your hands on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it makes you realize all famous people and stuff, they're just the same as you. Like, they're just a person which had a dream and also got it.
Exactly.
You get what I mean?
Exactly.
And being around those people, it also like, it humbles the image of, it makes you realize the gap is not too big.
You know, like how you're 1 degree or 2 degrees of separation from the person you want to be connected with. That's always how it is. You know, there's people I've worked with, I'm like, but you're like 2 people away from Diddy, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so I totally understand what you mean. Yeah,
it's very crazy like that. So, you're just seeing all these people. Like, I remember like a few years ago, I was probably like an extra on Top Boy, and like I was just speaking with Kobe, you know, Kobe, and he was just speaking so normally, and it was nice. And then one day I just see him walk into the working title office. I'm like, what is life?
And that's Kobe Adam, if you don't know, the director Kobe Adam. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So so that's really good.
So and then working title, I just think it's a great company. Honestly, they're so helpful. They want to help you. Like, I got the Netflix thing through them, as well. Great. So it's just like, everything is. It's nice.
And I think because you want to run your own production company, it's good for you to actually work within a production company to understand how to run a business. Because I was saying this to a filmmaker the other day who's an entrepreneur but also creative, and like, there's some people who just want to direct and they just want to write. They don't want to own the company, and that's fine. You don't have to do that. But because you have rated pictures, like, that's what you want to do. You want to run your company, you want to make your own stuff, get the distribution deal and all that stuff. So it's good for you to understand that element of it and also be on set. So you briefly mentioned how you went on to work on a Netflix show. Can you say what it is?
It's called The Fuck It Bucket.
Okay, amazing. And like, but you know, because it's not coming out for now, so you just you never know, NDAs and all that. So so you know, so you said you got that through Working Title Films. How did that opportunity come about?
So it's just, I could tell you, I think I've always been preaching to everyone, your values in who you know.
It's true.
Unfortunately, I know Working Title.
But that's what you do. Talk.
But it's you just talk, and it was just like we were all coming to the end of our year, and they know that we knew that we're gonna have like a new
set of runners coming.
Yeah, so it was like they just wanted to sort of give us the best thing, and there's so much different producers and different people there. So I've managed to work on like loads of different short films and stuff. And yeah, one of the producers, she came down, her wife was producing it and was here like, Reece, I was getting a shortbread. She was getting a shortbread.
See, that's how it is. Just in the kitchen chatting.
Honestly,
See, I love it. I
was
love it.
getting a shortbread and green tea, and she told me, and I was like, I'd love to do it, and I went on it, and honestly, the Vuggy Bucket, I learned so much. It was so.
What was your position on?
I was the runner.
Okay,
floor
nice.
runner.
Floor runner.
Yeah.
See, that's even better because you went from office runner to floor runner. Being a floor runner, you're with the AD's department.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, that's the assistant director's department. That is the best you could get because you're really in the heart of it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's that's the reason. Like, I say the AD department is so good is because you are literally in everyone.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Everyone. Like that's sort of the best thing about it. You get to see everyone, meet everyone, every department. Because what you realize as well, is when you're on set, every department is their own department.
Yes.
Apart from the ADs.
Yes, exactly.
Like everyone's in their own little zone.
Yeah.
They all socialize, but they all still are in their own little zone.
This is my hub. This is my people. This is my family.
Exactly.
You know, they eat lunch together. They ain't like. I know exactly what you're talking about. But when you're in ADs, you cross reference everything. So you're with the cast. You're with hair, makeup, wardrobe. You're with the camera department.
Sound.
You're with sound, production. Like you're everywhere. So I was production runner mostly when I was like working on TV shows and films. So me and the ADs, we would just know each other. We'd bounce with each other. Okay, you got my back, I got your back.
Exactly.
So
it's quite. So you're in with everything, and I had like a runner which was above me, so like a floor runner, but like the official floor runner.
Like the head one.
Yeah. Her name was Atlanta, and she just taught me so much. She was young as well, but also going into your first time, there's just some things you don't know.
Of course.
Like I think the best thing you can do is always be willing to just absorb all information, like by everyone, by like every single one.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how small, big they are, because not only is a thing of you don't know where they're gonna go, but more of you want to understand how people feel in different roles. As a trainee, how do they work? As a big boss, how do they work? And everything. And I think that's the beauty of it. So yeah.
No, it's true.
That was so fun.
No, and how long was that job?
6 months.
Oh, okay, nice. I think it's great that you was able to go from working title films to being a floor runner because you've absorbed so much of the industry.
Yeah.
And people sometimes you hear people think, being a runner is just getting teas, coffees. Yes, that's part of it. But when you're a runner, you literally understand everything, in terms of like all different departments, and maybe you want to go into different things to understand more about that. And that's the great thing about starting at the bottom and then just growing like that. So I think it's really cool that you was able to do that. So from being, working title to the Netflix show, what's happening now? What's currently going on?
So yeah, I think the Fuck It Bucket, one thing it made me realize was it was great, and one of the directors of one of the seasons was 27.
Wow,
very young. And also while working on the thing, I came to a conclusion that as much as I love producing, I want to be more creative, like more creatively in tune with it. So after the Fuck It Bucket, I would say like, let's pick up directing. Why not?
See, because you've been there, you've seen directors, you've worked with the ADs, you've probably been able to advise and direct extras on certain big scenes. So you have that sense of, creative control,
Exactly.
And once you have a little bit of that, you fly.
Exactly. So you've seen it and you're here like, okay, cool. Because it's not only seeing how it is being in creative control for the director, but also seeing how uncreative the other roles can be.
Okay.
Because I think that's something you forget. Like, as much as it's a creative space, not everyone's creative in that space.
Yeah.
A lot of people just have a job role and they pursue their job role. Yeah. They do it. And that's perfectly fine for them.
Exactly.
And I think what everyone has to notice is the world won't work without people doing the things what they have to do.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
just because everyone wants to be a creative doesn't mean everyone has to be a creative.
No, you made a very good point, because I did a masterclass for
Yeah.
this film school called Ghetto Film School.
Yeah.
And all of the young kids just wanted to be like writer, director,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
producer, cinematographer. And I was just like, that's great, guys, but we need you everywhere. I need you in the gaffer department. I need you to
Exactly.
be in hair and makeup. I need you in wardrobe. I need you in sound, especially. I need you guys like in production management. I need you in the AD. I need you everywhere else. Like,
It's so
and the
hard
thing
to find
is,
sound.
yeah, exactly. Listen, especially like I met my first black sound guy a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and I was like,
Wow.
I've never met a black sound guy before. So like, you know, like I need you guys everywhere, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why it's good for you to just get involved, because
Yeah.
at the runner level, because like you said, you didn't think about being a director, but now you're thinking, no, let me direct.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, because you have a company, you're going to be spread amongst different roles as well.
Yeah,
And you want to
exactly.
know, okay, you want to know everything. So
You want to.
it's going to be to the point where when you build your company, you'll just be like the managing director, but you are cross-reference everything because you know and you've been
You
there.
have to be, yeah, you have to see it all.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like there was a cinematographer on the Fucker Bucket, and I think everyone respected him so much because he was once a camera trainee.
See, exactly.
And people sort of like to know that someone understands what it's like to be in their role.
Yeah.
And also, there's so much power in knowing everyone's role. Like if you're a producer and you know everyone's role, then number one, also when it comes to if you're a exec, like you're talking about money, then you'll understand how much that's gonna cost.
Right.
And also, you'll know the levels of it. Like you're the playmaker, and I think that was the beauty of it. Like seeing how much, who has to do what, and like I'm not afraid to sort of say, F it, I'll be a smaller role just to learn, just because.
Yeah, of course.
I'm still young. Like I've still got so much to learn, and I can put in the time. To be honest, it's not something which I'm afraid of.
No. But you're at the perfect age. You know, people probably are jealous that you're doing this. You didn't go to uni.
Yeah.
You didn't go. Well, you did go to like sixth form college, so but you went to the best one. You know, for me, when I was your age, listen, my mindset was always like education. I was like, okay, I went to sixth form college and I did an amazing media course, and that set me up
There you go.
for going. And I had work experience at Big Brother, and I was
there
like,
you go.
yes. And I was all like, yeah, I'm ready to do this. And then they were like, so what you doing next? When I was on Big Brother, and they were like, oh, I'm going to uni. They were like, oh, that's nice, but you don't need it. And I was like, that's not helping me right now.
Yeah.
Like nobody's like telling me how I can start working. I can't just drop out and stuff.
True.
But it also prepared me to make sure that while I was at uni, I built my connections. So I was doing loads of work experience.
Yeah.
I was making my own stuff, building my brand and who I was from such a young age. So I was like 18, 19, 20. So as soon as I left uni, I would say it took me 6 months to get like a contract job. I already was doing random work on sets and stuff. So once you do that, it just helps you, and that's why you're in position
that's the
now.
thing. Yeah.
So so because you've done it so young, it's gonna set you up for the best future to have. So by the time you're 25, I'm looking forward to seeing where you are at.
In God's will.
So, exactly. So I mean, so where can people find you and all the stuff you've done and stuff like that?
So I recently just finished directing my first short.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's called Just Existing, and it's about two black boys in London just existing. And I think the beauty of that was more about showing that not every black boy in London is stabbing each other.
Yes,
I
love
think that media's been portrayed so much
Yes.
in all your films and all your nonsense. We're tired of it, okay?
Very, very tired.
We're tired of it, like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's not it. And the truth of it is, my circle of friends, I have a very small circle of friends which are like really creative and in their thing. And then when I look at my acquaintances and my friends just outside that bubble, the majority of them are 80% of them are black, number one. And when I tell you, they all run this young industry in terms of filmmaking, entertainment and stuff, it's going to be crazy, like the way the narrative is going to change. And I'm slowly seeing a lot of people wake up. A lot of guys which are my age producing
Good.
and stuff, they're saying,
Good.
oh, I want to change my narrative in this, I want to change my narrative in that. And it's time, like we're tired of it. And the truth of it is, it's like there's so much bad going on in the world. I can't change that. Okay,
No.
I like the truth of it is happening, but it happens across so much other races and so much other things.
Yeah.
But only one's being highlighted.
Yeah.
So if you can highlight that, I'm sure I can highlight the opposite.
Yes, exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, that should be coming out pretty soon.
Nice.
It's gonna do the whole film festival run and stuff first.
Nice.
But
Okay.
you can find me at 8.reece on every social I have, to be honest.
Nice.
And yeah, I think I don't know why, but that 8 just works.
Okay, nice. That's your thing. I get it. Listen, mine used to be 360
Yeah.
until I took it out. And where can people find your production company
Yeah,
and
so
stuff like
if
that?
you go on Rated Pictures UK on Instagram, you can find it there. That's majority of where all our things are. That's where you can keep up to date with us. We do casting calls there for actors, sound people, all types of industries. Like it doesn't matter what you look like, what your age is. Honestly, just hit us up, and yeah, that's where we get the work done. To be honest, and we've got about we've got 5 short films right now in pre-production.
Wow. Nice.
And between now and halfway through next year, they'll all be done. So
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And guys,
Should
hey,
be
if you
fun.
want to acting it, work on it, you know what to do. Hit up Reece.
just hit us up. Honestly,
Exactly.
we've put on so much so much young talent which just wants to be involved. Like
Yeah.
it's not really the thing about ours is we're small, so the smaller you catch a company, the more of a community you're gonna get.
Yeah,
To be honest,
exactly.
because we're at that age where a lot of our things, fortunately, like I can be blessed to say, we have such a good community that it's more of like an explorative space. Imagine being on a project, having your name connected to the project,
Yeah.
and still being able to explore what role you want to. So yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. It's mad
Nice.
fun.
Nice.
If you want to join, come along.
Nice. Well, thanks, Reece, for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
It's great to see you again. Haven't seen you
Indeed.
in like a year and stuff. So yeah, so I'm excited for your future. Honestly,
Just excited for
keep
you
me
as well.
posted. I'm rooting for you. Listen, yeah, I love what you're doing at such a young age,
you.
and I'm excited to see what you guys do next. So yeah, so stay tuned, guys, for new episodes coming soon. You can follow me all on my usual socials. You know them. There's a bunch. So yeah, thanks, guys.
Alrighty, catch you next episode.